This is survival. Like, yeah, shout out to the team. The team, and I listened to this Hispanic lady was just explaining the importance of having teams versus family. A family has entitlement issues inherently, right? They feel a connection not based on output, productivity, or input, right, and contribution. They feel a connection just because we're blood or there's a title, right, within like this web, but not based on what they contribute. A team is a component of parts that work together to strengthen each other for a common goal. And everybody has to consistently play their role in order to be a part of that team. And there's a mindset consistently, and we've taken the team mindset out of family and turned it into an individual accomplishing mindset. And then we want the family, right, to showcase and to support what we do by ourselves. That's not how it should work. That's not how it will work. So you'll always be disappointed when you do something that only benefits you, but you want the rest of the world to clap. But that's where we are. Individualism. So no. I say do business with family, and I think I might upgrade that, but only if your family is a team. Only if your family is a team. If they're not a team, don't do business with family. And they have to understand they will be treated like team. So that means you can get cut from the team, but you can't get cut from the family because family is forever. So there's nothing personal to take because when we're doing business, we are a team, not a family. So if you're not doing your job, you got to get cut from the team. You still my brother, you still my sister, you still my cousin, still my uncle, still whatever. But you can't be on the team. It's that simple. And that is probably one of the most important lessons that one can learn in his lifetime. And so on a team, you know, right, there's no questions. Because if somebody is slacking on the team, then you bench them immediately. You don't keep giving them opportunities to fail. You bench them until they go train and get better so they can play the role that they said that they want to play. Because it is a choice. Either you're part of the team or you're not. But you don't get to partake in the celebrations. And you don't get a ring and you don't get a trophy and the accolades if you're not a participating member of the team, ready to play your role and playing your role well at all times. That's so important because it gives you a framework. Now, in Keyism, I wrote all of this stuff down. I'm not even just freestyling right now, right? I have this stuff written down as frameworks that you can do with the family and how to set that up and how to know when y'all are in alignment and what to do when y'all are unaligned and how to get back on track. It is very powerful because I believe that we haven't been given enough blueprints for our inheritance. And people say, well, I ain't inherit nothing. You did. You inherited a responsibility. It's just nobody told you how to handle it. Growing up in this world, growing up for this time period that we live in, there's a responsibility that comes along with it. You inherited that. You inherited that. You inherited a responsibility. Now, some people in the black community, right? You call it a community, more so should just call it a team, right? Everybody doesn't want to participate and be a part of the team. The melanated team. You know what I'm saying? Everybody don't want to participate. So this is why you see people do stuff that's just for themselves. They still a part of the family, but not a part of the team. And I think that if we operated like that, then we understand, oh, there's a difference. Hey, you melanated, but you're not part of the team. You just do the things that's for you. Sometimes you can do things that make the team look good, but it doesn't directly benefit the team. So you might see somebody with a platform and all they care about is getting money. Well, they still family, but they ain't part of the team. Because the team says, no, we go do things that benefit the team as a whole so that we win as a whole. You know? It's going to say, when you're utilizing your platform, make sure you go to somebody that's a part of the team so that they can grow. We can create more jobs, more opportunities, and the team can grow and get more trophies. But a lot of people say, man, I ain't gonna lie, man. Listen, some people choose the other team. Some people say, man, I'm just team money. Or they say, you know what, I'm on a wife's team. I'm team elite class. Some people say, I'm team self. So you got to ask people, like, what team are you on? And their actions is going to tell you. The actions going to be like, listen, you could tell what team I'm on, obviously. And I think that stop having expectations for people, right, who showed you that they are on a different team. So, but how do you know that? You have to have a team mission. And when you have a team mission, you have the ability to see who is working for the accomplishment and the completion of that mission. And this is why you have philosophies that you live by, so you would know if people are living and moving in accordance to have actions that benefit, right, the ideas of the team. So let's say we want to push as a concept masculinity, right? It's a big one out there. Well, that means that everybody on the team, right, would represent us in a manner, right, that inspires, that educates, right, that exemplifies, that enlightens, right, masculine principles in their movies, right, in their podcasts, in their dress code, everything. Because we wanted to push masculine principles. We believe that a man should be ever so evolving in his intellect, in his respect, in his honor, and his values, and his abilities. So therefore, everybody a part of the team would do that. Other people are like, I'm family, but they're not a part of the team. So they're going to do things outside of that goal and say, you know what, I don't believe in that philosophy. So they're going to be on podcasts talking crazy, wilding, no conflict resolution skills, showcasing ignorance, dressing effeminate, right? Then, okay, you're not a part of the team. We can have a team that say we believe in economic responsibility, financial responsibility. So what we want to do is we want to always push financial literacy and principles that teach people through example and through verbal education, right, what we should spend our money on, what we shouldn't. So we're going to stop spending outside the community and focus on spending within, which may require a bit of sacrifice for some. But because I'm a part of your team, I'm going to do what the team wants. It's not about me. You get that? So this is why other teams are beating us, because we're not operating as one and they operate as a team. And then they recruit us to play on their team as well. You know, we say, let's focus on financial literacy, and somebody else going to be like, no, forget that. I'm about to go buy the biggest chain in the world. I'm going to make a movie or music about, just spending it as soon as you get in it. And then like, damn, bro, I thought we had the thing we was doing here. Then they're going to be like, you know what? I'm about to go get the biggest deal with the biggest gambling company in the world. And we like, damn, do that benefit the team? And they're like, nah, it benefits me. I'm like, oh, okay. Peace out, fam. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then maybe the team can have a huddle to be like, all right, if you take the deal, at least utilize the money you get from the deal to help promote, right, somebody else on the team so that they can have a platform, right, that encourages financial responsibility. Like maybe there's a tax on it. Something. That's at least being a team player. So if we operating as a team, it changes the game. It changes the game. We start winning. It's that simple, really. We start winning.